Hi, good morning. This is Bard. I'm doing another vlog today for Prism Song, and it's a pretty good morning. It's August the 4th, and I have a couple minutes before having to get my ass on the bike and bike to work. So I'm going to see if I can do a quick little rant. And I guess the topic of the rant is passing really sucks. It does, and I want to bring up a few things and bring up some ideas and just kind of get some stuff off my chest. Most autistics that are verbal usually know how to pass. And a lot of people keep asking me, and I've had this question actually brought up, what is passing exactly, and what do you mean by passing? Passing is a contextual phrase, meaning it's something like a colloquial phrase, but passing is in the social sphere means blending in basically. Passing for being straight, passing for being conservative, passing being neurotypical is what we say when an autist says they're passing. When an autist says they're passing, they're basically saying, "Oh, my diagnosis is not discussed, it's not disclosed to the public. People assume that I'm neurotypical." And it's just like a gay male or a lesbian female or in my case, a transgender, or in my case, transgender not passing, um, putting on an identity for the public. And when a straight male, when a gay male passes for being straight, nobody sees the fact that he's queer. Nobody sees a very femme lesbian being queer. All the stereotypes of what's considered queer is kind of pushed to a side because we're um already making our assumptions of what that person is. And that's kind of what happens when you're passing as neurotypical. People are putting up assumptions based on what you exhibit. If I'm talking clearly, making eye contact, not flapping my hands, not body rocking, not going on huge tangents about Avatar, then I'm probably considerably neurotypical to them. I'm NT. I can pass as NT. People are not going to ask if I have a disorder. People just assume what they see. And that's the big crux. When people assume that you are neurotypical and not autistic, they're going to make judgments based on your behaviors if they leak through. So autistics spend most of their days, if they're passing or if they're in a very anti-NT environment, making sure their spectrum disorder does not show up. And it's kind of like, best way to describe it is kind of like adopting a cat. You love this cat. You raise this cat. This cat is part of you, just like your disorder, or your diagnosis, rather. Sorry. It's part of you. And you're not ashamed of this cat. You're not ashamed of your disorder. But, there we go again. But you don't want people to know you have a cat because you can get in trouble for having a cat. So you put your cat in the closet during guests. You put it in the bathroom, make sure it has all its food in its box, and you make excuses. What's that meowing noise? Oh, that's the neighbors. They have a cat. That's not me. Um, why do you have cat food in your house? Oh, sometimes I put cat food out I bring cat food with me to work. When there's some stray cats that don't get fed, I've been trying to call the authorities to get those cats taken care of, but I feed them. You do those things. You make excuses, and excuses can be anything from, oh, I just have a habit of not looking at people very well. I have a vision issue. To me, autistic? What are you talking about? You outright deny it. Some people actually do that. I've done that actually. I try not to I try to completely ignore any accusations. You hide it. You try to pretend it doesn't exist in front of people. Now, for certain people, say other autistics, sure, you let the cat out and go, hey, look. You try to say, come on, kitty, look how cute it is. And you accept your diagnosis with the right company. With the wrong company, you hide it. And it's exhausting. And it's very, very tasking. And that is the issue that I have, is people don't understand how exhausting it really is to pass. Like my essay I gave on self-advocacy, which is also very exhausting. Passing is tiring. Passing is not fun. Passing is not something that autistics choose to be super awesome, when an autist tries to pass or tries to blend in with the neurotypical society, we're trying to survive. We're trying not to get in jail, get beat up, or get really, really screwed over. We're trying to make sure we're not seen by the rest of the public. We're trying to be sheep in a sheep herd with wolves circling around us. We're not trying to be that sheep that gets eaten. That's what it means to pass. It's survival. It's not a hobby. It's survival. And parents don't understand that. They assume because I'm verbal and I don't stim in public that I have a mild form of Asperger's, or I'm just quirky. They don't see the SIB. They don't see the head banging. They don't see the scars on my arm from me chewing on my arm when I'm stressed. They don't see the fact that I have selective mutism and then I shut off when I get stressed. They don't see the emergency card in my back pocket that I carry with me because of the cops. They don't see all that. So they make judgments. They make accusations. They say things. They say very hurtful things. And they don't know how hard we work as verbal autists, as ones that are passing and lying to ourselves and hiding our diagnosis in a closet every day. What's really sad is that their child that is in the special ed schools are learning how to pass. In a few years, your kid is going to be in my shoes. Your kid is going to hide his diagnosis in a closet like a cat. It's going to be the pet that they're not allowed to have in the household. They have to hide it from mommy and daddy. They have to hide it from their friends. They hide it from their boyfriends. And every day that's going to be the most exhausting, painful act they do to keep alive. It's pretending to be normal. I want you parents who are watching this video on my blog to take a step back and realize how tiring it is to pretend to be normal. Have a nice day.